Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. Tonight, um, so if you've watched my videos, you know that I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And it was never for me to go be a police officer. The goal originally was I went and got my associates in paralegal. The pandemic, or not the pandemic, 2008, the Great Recession happened. Everything went belly up, lost my house, everything. When I went to go back into doing paralegal work, they then wanted a bachelor's degree. Okay, so I guess I go back and get my bachelor's degree. So that's what I did. And the plan was that I was going to then go on to law school. And then abruptly my college closed like 2 months before I was finished completely. I've got enough credits though, but it was kind of funny. And then at that point I had one of two choices. I could continue on in school, or because the school had padded the numbers and they had fraudulently obtained us going to their school by padding their numbers, I could walk away from the debt, or I could continue on and go on to law school. Well, at the time that this happened, I was, I don't know, somewhere in my mid-40s, and I'm like, do I really want to spend all of this time just to take a test and go? I love paralegal work. I really do. I think out of all of the attorneys that I've known at the places that I've worked, there's only two. The first one I ever had, Steven, and then my last one I ever had, Kirk. Those are the only two attorneys that I ever had any respect for. They were decent human beings. They were what lawyers should be. They had a lot of respect. And I valued that. The rest of them, no, couldn't care less. And I got to thinking, why am I going to go into this field for what? I don't want to fight in the court system. I did when I was younger. I wanted to go make a difference in the world. And I thought making a difference in the world meant that if I was a lawyer, I could help make a difference. And then I decided it's really not what I want to do. I'm following suit into a lifestyle that I'm not totally at peace with. Working in a law firm is extremely stressful work. There's tight deadlines. They give you heavy caseloads. The minute you get to work to the minute you get home, you don't have time to think about any of your problems or anything that's going on during the day because you're too busy working on all the cases that you have, just trying to get everything out in time. And majority of them don't allow overtime. So it's a revolving door of stress. And most people, pretty much 90% of people that go to an attorney not for a good reason. So, there's a lot of emotions involved, especially when you talk bankruptcy law. People are very emotionally attached to their money. They're usually apologetic and happy at the end, but in the beginning, not so much. And in 2020, when the pandemic happened, I decided I could do delivery and I could live off of it, and I just have to live a simpler life, but I don't have stress. I don't have to take work home with me. I don't have to be like, oh my God, my boss is on my I don't have to deal with any of that. And it's a freedom that I'm not willing to give up for no amount of money. Anyways, I bring this, I shared with you about the criminal justice degree for one reason. I know I got a little bit off topic there, but it is my ramblings. Anyways, so when they first started putting up like the speed limit, the red light cameras, and all the restaurants and all the businesses started putting up all these security cameras and everything, everybody was freaking out. And they're like, oh my God, this is horrible, blah, 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 blah. And everybody pushed it. The police, our governments, they pushed it. No, this is for everybody's safety. This is for everybody's safety. And then once everybody started using their phones that had cameras and recording all of these government people and the people that were telling us that all this security stuff is it's needed and it's good for us, didn't like when the cameras were turned on them. So then they go ahead and they start putting cameras on every intersection and all this other stuff. They're like overwhelming with cameras. I have two things about it. One, the more cameras you put up, do you not realize the people are starting to notice where cameras are? You can't have cameras on absolutely everything at every exact damn moment. And the second thing, the part that's the creepiest. What kind of a weirdo do you feel like sitting on the other side, watching people, watching strangers? They know you're watching, but you're sitting there just watching. How creepy are you? You're not creeped out by doing that? Peeping into people's everyday life? You don't think that's creepy? You think that that's a valid, legit job? You're creepy. Why would you sit and watch people on a camera all the time? Because it'll help prevent the crime. No, it's not. The criminals know, okay, we're watching for cameras. What are you going to do? Stick them in every neighborhood? And you're going to hire people to sit on the other side and watch. How fucking creepy is that? And it's all done under the guise of, we've got to protect the citizens. No, you don't. The citizens don't need that protection. You need to stop being creepy. You're lying to everybody, trying to tell them that it's for their safety. No, it's not. It's for your sick, incessant need to control. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting on the other side of that screen freaking watching people all the time. Get on your walk with the man upstairs. Get your discernment and clarity. You'll be able to peg a liar off like that. That's all you got to do. Instead, you've got to be creepy and watch everything. Okay. But the funny part is they want to call all the citizens paranoid. The fact that you want all of the cameras everywhere to be able to see everybody all the time says you're fucking paranoid. Not the people who are bitching about them having to be on camera everywhere they go. They're not paranoid. They're still out here living their life. You're the one sitting behind a screen and fighting everybody that you can, saying, oh, these cameras are important. They're extremely, extremely important for the safety of the citizens. No, they're not. They're only important for your control. So you as the power that be in this country or whatever other country can be in control of all of the people and make sure that they can't revolt against you. I mean, come on. Who's the paranoid one here? Really? Let's do some numbers. Let's look at some numbers. Really? That's what you're scared of. You're the paranoid ones, the ones that want the cameras everywhere. You're the paranoid idiots. How do you not see this? Anyways, that's all I had for you. I will be back in a day or two. Anyways, have a good night. Love you. Bye.